Hi everyone, welcome to our first episode.
Twinset Unzipped.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. What are we talking about today?
So in our first episode, we are talking about our latest very VIP celeb best friend.
Some crazy career moments, very high and also very low.
Our weekly spot of influenced influencers where we basically just show you the silly things that we've seen and bought but couldn't live without.
Absolutely. And a moment for the fact that you slapped me in the face in this episode.
By accident.
Very much on purpose. Enjoy the show. We hope you love it. Our first episode of Twinset Unzipped is here.
Welcome, everyone.
Welcome.
In the making. I know that we have been promoting this for a long time. Thanks for sticking around and actually joining us today.
When's it launching? When's it launching? When's it launching? It's launched. It's here. We can't believe it.
And this is the favourite part of our week. This feels
Literally.
like therapy for us and we are really
And
enjoying
funnily
it.
enough, the people that I've sent it to listen to have said exactly the same thing. It's like 30 minutes of therapy. Like you start off feeling a certain amount of feelings and then by the end of it, you're zesty, full of life.
So we hope you're going to feel that. You're going to feel all the feels with us. We definitely have. We've trialed a few. We've practiced. This is a new way of working for us, but we are so excited. We've learned a lot. But one thing is for sure, when we arrive, we are a little bit... And then we leave feeling so alive,
it's just like
so
chatting to your
zesty.
bestie for 30 minutes and now you get to join us. Talking of practice episodes,
Yes.
the moment of all moments.
Last week we had a major moment. Sarah, tell them.
Take a listen.
VIP
Celebrity. A couple of weeks ago, it was very early hours of the morning. I can't remember who saw it first. I think it was Rachel from The Office.
Yes.
Said, oh my God.
Can you believe who is following us?
Do we say it at the same time? 1, 2, 3.
Jessica Alba. What the actual fuck? We didn't tell James in the other room and now he's like, holy,
So,
like that's big.
It just started.
20 million followers big.
And also, she is like our youth. She is everything.
So iconic.
Anyway, so she started following us and liking loads of, on the brand page.
On the brand, not on
loads
Twinset.
of our kind of images, pictures. Head of DMs reached out to her, spoke to her assistant. We sent her some things. Please God, she wears the things. And she also sent us some of her Honest Beauty products. And she kept carrying on liking and stuff, didn't she? So I felt like that was it.
That was
just
a moment.
That was like a major moment.
Fast forward another couple of more weeks, she then starts following Twinset.
And it's very keen on Twinset.
Like she's taken the time, and it is her. Like I'm sure she has a team of people,
Agreed.
but her Twinset, her Instagram is her. So she starts following We Are Twinset. We kind of have a little we like her stuff, she likes our stuff. She's like really horny for us. And then on Friday night, I think you picked prime time.
She had commented or liked something in that moment, so I just sent her a message being like, I can't remember what I said.
So let me get it up.
Okay, go on, read it out loud and proud.
Right now, let's just go to my friend Jessica Alba. Meanwhile, Jessica Alba, if you ever do listen to this podcast, we would love to have you on here. So I'm just going to go to, where are you?
Come on, babe.
I'm coming. Messages. So Sarah Tankle Ellis on Friday night says...
I'm slightly cringing at what I did right.
No, we did a Q&A and
we did a Q&A.
Included Jessica's Honest Beauty brand, which is incredible.
Which is amazing, by the way.
Did you mention the concealer, the mascara?
I mentioned the mascara, and then she
wrote back, TYSM.
Thank you so much.
With a heart face.
Yeah.
Big fan of your line with
literally.
stars.
So when I saw that come up in the inbox, I screenshotted it, and I'm not normally like this. I sent it to basically anyone I was friends with to be like, hi, look at this. Like, I just felt like
You're
Jessica
DMing
Alba.
Jessica Alba.
Then I wrote back
So
saying...
Sarah wrote back, as are we, with the heart smiley faces. No, the heart hands.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That means the world to us.
It does.
We hope you got our goodies we sent you. And if not, we can resend you some new season pieces. Kiss, kiss. And she wrote back saying, that is so amazing. I love them. Would love to receive more. Please email and she can help with a praying hands. So then Sarah wrote praying hands back, star heart.
Love you, miss you, call me.
And then said, That's amazing. Thank you so much. And we absolutely love the honest goodies that you sent. Lots more content to come with a heart. And she hearted it. And that was when I got really sad because I messaged to say, you're the last one.
No. I messaged back. I messaged you saying, I'm really sorry. I've got a new best friend. I hope you don't mind. So you said, ha ha ha. But she left you hanging.
Yeah.
But only for a few minutes.
Then she messaged back to say, let me know if you need a refresh. And actually, you're really harsh because you didn't even like that message or comment back.
I have the control, the power of our relationship. Okay.
So you can go back again.
I can go back again.
Right. So then on Saturday morning, I wake up to Philippa Bloom at Philippa Bloom. Jessica Alba has requested to be your friend.
I also woke up on Saturday morning at Sarah Tankle Ellis and Jessica Alba requested to be my friend.
So can I just tell you that Jessica Alba is following us on 4 platforms. She's very so invested. She loves us. We love her so much. She is just honey all over. She's so silky smooth. She is the epitome of the most iconic.
Do you know what? A friend actually said though, how did she find us? That would be so interesting.
This is what we need to find out. We need to
actually message her. I'm sure she is, as are we all, a great fan of the clothing line. But how did it, because it is in random. Her search? Yeah. And also for her to be invested to then
follow four different platforms associated to us. It's
do you think
big
she
news.
sees herself in us?
Well, this is what Alex said. Alex said maybe she wants to be a triplet. I mean, any day of the week.
Jessica, if you're watching or listening, I've got your email. Don't hesitate to just pop us an email.
I just actually can't even cope. But also this week, she regrammed you. I mean,
she does prefer
that you're
me.
In your pajamas and.
Not a shame. I was
so
naturally myself, which she thoroughly enjoyed and felt that I deserved a place on her personal Instagram story.
Sarah's face was shown to 20 million Jessica Alba lovers. That is a moment that, you should actually frame that. And
I got like 3 new followers.
Isn't that, that is mad, isn't it?
But I wasn't in like my best, I wasn't in like a bougie outfit. I was just kind of using a face mask. So I understand. But if the 20 million people are listening or watching, feel free to give me a follow.
Never mind the 20 million followers. Jessica Alba.
I know.
We will say
We're
it
on
again.
Her radar.
We are here.
On her radar.
We are ready for you. We want to be your bestie.
Give us a message. We would love to have you on the pod. And we'd love to hear your thoughts.
I really think it's going to happen.
Right, that was very
monumental
for last week. But also, we spoke about your morning routine. You're trying to get up early. You're also cutting out coffee.
Okay, so guys, major stuff. Let's not talk about the caffeine aspect because I feel like that's a whole other story. A decision I made off the cuff, don't really know why, but I do feel better for it. But anyway, we're going to park that and we're going to talk about morning routines because I do feel like, and I don't know whether it's because it's so on my mind that everything I see at the moment, everyone is talking about morning routines,
non-negotiables,
or these words that maybe it's just when you're aware of something.
I also just think it's like New Year vibes,
Right. So morning routine. So I found myself not in a good morning routine at all. The dynamic in our family works that Alex usually is up with the kids because he leaves for work really early and he's never home for bath and bed. So that's how our family dynamic works, which meant that I was always waking up at 7. And I just was not leaving myself enough time to get ready. So I had decided I'm not a morning person. I know you are. You get up at sunrise. That's just not me. I'm better in the evening.
We're all different. It's fine.
So I thought I can't go from 0 to hero.
Yeah.
So I'm going to set my alarm for half an hour earlier. They do say you need an hour earlier.
Yeah, but come on. Let's just cut to the point. How much better do you feel for half an hour more in the morning? You're literally like a different person.
Honestly. But the main thing is I was always an evening bath person, could never understand how anyone would be able to get cold and wet in the morning. I now can't imagine not having a morning shower. How have I lived 35 years?
I don't know, because if I don't have a shower in the morning, it's like I'm crawling out of bed and I would be like a sloth just like walking into the office.
I just feel like a better person. 100%. I feel more in control of my day, and it's a weird thing.
And it's less rushed. There's definitely something about starting the morning off and not feeling rushed, because you start off rushed, then your whole day feels rushed.
It's
so having that time to yourself in the morning, whatever it might be, meditating, working out, getting ready, having a shower, blah, 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 I feel like it starts the day off, doesn't it?
Well, it's only been an extra 30 minutes and I've been able to achieve a shower. I go downstairs, I have my hot drink before all the chaos begins. I mean, imagine if I give myself an extra half an hour. And the weird thing is I go to bed looking forward to waking up because I'm excited to feel that kind of zesty energy about it's a weird thing when you put your own kind of day in your control and how you're going to feel, you feel excited for it. Whereas before I'd go into bed and be like, oh my God, I want to sleep forever. I never want to wake up. Whereas now, I swear to you, I get into bed. I'm like, okay, setting my alarm for 6:30.
Are you finding you're waking up before your alarm at all?
No, never. But maybe I will. I'm just not a morning person. So, but anyone that is struggling with their morning routine and feeling like they need a little bit of inspiration of how to feel a bit better in the morning, take control of your day. I can't even tell you, it's changed my life having an extra 30 minutes before I need to. I highly recommend.
And also, I do want to know, for anyone listening or watching, what are you doing? If you are already doing this, what are you doing in your 30 minutes, hour when you wake up in the morning before the house wakes up? Or what's that you time? Because we're really intrigued, aren't we, to hear what everyone else is doing in that time, just in case there's tidbits that we want to include in our mornings as well.
Send it to us because we want to hear, because we are always so inspired. I'm just now obsessed with anyone's morning routine. I mean, I did hear someone
you tag me in like daily
morning
routine memes about 5 times a day.
Why does someone need to scrape their tongue in the morning? It's like a
healthy.
Whole process.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to know.
I'll probably be doing that next week after my journaling.
Sitting on your meditation chair.
Amen.
Right, so enough of the morning chat.
We used to save some more for another episode.
We absolutely do.
Now, this week, we've got a bit of an exciting week because we are part of a panel talking about our careers for a charity evening, which we haven't done in a really long time, have we?
For absolutely ages.
And it's weird because obviously talking about your careers, you're just talking about yourself. It's like quite a natural thing.
Yeah, you don't need to prep for it.
You don't need to prep for it. And obviously we've got our own journeys. And for those of you that don't know about what we did before, I was at ITV on the Lorraine show. I was a stylist there, did all the fashion sections, went on lots of different trips, makeovers, etc. And Phil's?
I worked at You Magazine, which is the supplement for the Mail on Sunday, and started there. I worked there for 12 years, worked my way up from the intern to the editor on the fashion desk.
But we have both experienced some
wild, weird,
wacky, weird, and pretty much unbelievable stories throughout our careers. So we thought we would share with you guys a couple of those stories that's happened to us, but also open up the question to ask you guys some mad stories that happened to you. And we have been dying about the stories. Do you want to share one of your crazy stories first?
Right. So how old would I have been when I was interning? Probably 18, 19. Yeah. And I assisted the most iconic, incredible fashion director, Caroline Baker, absolute legend, an icon in the industry. I have so much respect for her, but she did treat me like a bitch. But I love her, and the whole time I assisted her, I assisted her for about 7-8 years, maybe a little bit longer. Even when she made me feel so bad about myself, and even when she was so mean to me, I still loved her.
I'm like crying inside for you.
And I still respected her, and I allowed her. I knew how to deal with it. Anyway, so
unfortunately, sometimes it's part and parcel of that whole.
Yes, I think that's very old school.
Yes,
I mean, I would never treat an assistant the way some of the things.
And we do pride ourselves that our office is such a lovable, kind place, and we've got a great team, and the intern, everyone is equal. Like, we make the interns coffee. Yeah. We're like, who wants an Al Cafe?
Yeah, exactly. Because also, when you've been treated like that, it makes you a better person. And so actually, thank you, Caroline Baker.
Yeah, when they work really hard and they're doing really a good job, there's no need to be horrible to people. Anyway, story.
Right. So we went to a few stories. One quick one, we went to New York. Caroline was shooting something, and I literally was only allowed to fly to New York to take the suitcases, and there would have been about 20 cases. I'm not even kidding. Just me. And all I had to do was arrive in New York, hand over the suitcases. I wasn't even allowed to go to the shoot and then come straight home. That was wild. Then another, it was a sad moment. I
literally can imagine like your 18-year-old self just like knocking on the hotel door.
You know what? That's an experience. I remember
100%.
I arrived in this, I can't even remember which hotel it was in New York, and I got there and I ordered a cheeseburger and chips to my room. I didn't even go out.
Are you allowed to stay over?
I was on my own. Yeah, I had to stay over.
Just checking. I don't know. You might
you can't
in and out.
I mean,
you could.
Well, maybe. I was there for one night. And then came back the next morning. And I remember I had a room service, probably watched Sex and the City in my room, living my best life. That was
then
one
cried
story.
on the way home.
Yeah. But quite a harsh story, which I will never forget. We went on a shoot. We were in the Hamptons on a Hugo Boss advertorial. And the PR was there. It was a really big shoot. We were there for about a week shooting maybe 7 or 8 different editorial shoots. And Caroline had just woken up that day, just not, I always knew when it was going to be a hard day. She was obsessed with grated carrots, and I think that morning they didn't have them at breakfast. Something had sent her off the edge, and I just knew it was going to be my fault. Anyway, we arrived at this shoot, and I, as an assistant, you do everything. And I did everything for Caroline. I would make her tea. I would
Grate her
all
carrot.
I would grate her carrots. I'd do all the steaming, unpack the cases. She would literally not have to do a thing until the model was ready, and then literally say which outfit I needed to put on her. I would get her dressed. You know, as an assistant, especially back then, I was her only assistant. I did everything for her. And on this particular shoot, she had it in for me. And she took the steamer and she started steaming the whole shoot. And I remember just hearing her say to the PR, "Oh, who needs assistance?" And I'm standing
What's
there.
that in front of you?
And she made her own tea, like anything that I basically did for her.
So
she almost
wanted to make you feel like you weren't
nothing,
irrelevant.
that I wasn't worthy.
Did you cry?
I was so upset. And it takes a lot to kind of really knock me. I remember calling my mum and just being so upset for someone to make you feel so not worthy of your role, even though, you know, as an assistant, I was proud to be an assistant.
Absolutely,
at that age.
and that's the rite of passage.
But even feeling that rock bottom, I definitely had my moment then of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she made me feel that way. But I managed to pull through because I respected her so much. So Caroline, I do love you. And I feel like you've made me a better person today. But that was a hard, hard moment.
And when does she snap? What was the end of the story?
I think probably because I didn't give her what she wanted and I allowed her just to behave how she needed to. I didn't rise to it. She then did a whole 360 and I do remember her going above and beyond, making me feel really worthy and special and, you know, all of those things. So good advice.
Done.
Don't
Good
rise
advice.
to people that are just
also,
in a
those
bad
moves
state of
always
mind
end.
themselves.
They always end.
Yeah.
Okay, so my story. So I worked at ITV and we did loads of different shoots. Not as exotic. We did go to New York, but we went to more European places and we'd go and find families and do makeovers. So we would pack loads of suitcases, all different sizes. We didn't know who the people were before we found them. So imagine having to do a makeover on a family, let's say mum, dad, daughter, son, all different sizes, all different ages. And you basically just had to have like 10 cases of just options.
Yeah.
We went to Benidorm, beautiful Benidorm. So I went out early. I have no idea. I can't even remember why I went out early. Went out early, and my job...
You want to live your best life in Benidorm.
Live my best life in Benidorm. I basically had to find a family to make over. I didn't have a clipboard. I had nothing. I got to Benidorm with all the cases, and I had to walk around a place I'd never been to.
And just find a family.
I had to go up to people. Hi, I'm from ITV. Is there any way you'd like to come on the show at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning because of the time difference? And I could give you a makeover, and you get to keep the clothes. Honestly, Phils, not a single person. I'm dripping with sweat. Imagine if someone came up to you, you'd be like, no. Yeah. I went to different hotels. I was trying to think outside the box. No one would even talk to me. Okay. It was I'd been doing this for 5-6 hours. I remember calling someone from ITV being like, guys, I don't even have a clipboard. I don't even have a lanyard with something on. No one's talking to me. What do I do? This was a whole show in the morning, like a 15-minute slot.
And all the pressure was on you.
Yeah.
So if you didn't find a family, it was your fault.
There was no option. I had to find a family. I remember I saw this nice-looking family eating an ice lolly in like a small cafe, and I went up to them. I said, I need to tell you, I'm from ITV. I'm trying to find someone. I said, I'm so desperate. You can get to keep the clothes. It'll be lovely. I said, please, I just need to find one family. And they said yes. And it was like, that point where you think it's all over.
Yeah, and then you
right at the end of the day, it happens. And I found them and they were great and they had a makeover. And I actually I can't even remember the rest of it, but I'll never forget that moment.
You don't even need to know the rest of it.
Going up, I didn't even know where the hotel was. I was just going up and down streets and like random Benidorm by myself. I must have been like 23 or 22 or something. And it was just like a weird, random experience.
Amazing. Well, we actually have opened up this conversation to you because we were howling in the office, listening to all of the girls' stories, and we wanted to open up the conversation to you guys, hear your crazy, weird, bizarre work stories.
Who's going first?
Go ahead.
Okay, fine. So this is from Anonymous. She works in recruitment, and she said she was on a call to someone and she said that she loved him.
I mean, the amount of times I've done that.
She said, love you. I was
Amazing.
22 and he was close to 60 on the phone. He went, oh, please bleep that out. And literally, because when you hear a story and you've done it so many times.
I mean,
I'm just going to interject that Philippa told the receptionist at our office last week that she loved her.
Love you, bye. The whole time.
And
it's just like it just comes out the whole,
So I thought that was hilarious. Go on, you go.
Amazing. This is a good one. A customer was being a nightmare and was being late to reply and said, sorry, it's because my cat is very ill. So he sent an email to his work colleague saying, I hope that cat dies. And sent it to the customer by accident. And then he got a call from the manager pulling the account. Oh my God. I mean, at least it was him. That's hilarious.
That's
my
so
gosh.
funny. Okay, this one is a really, really good one. A poo had been left on the floor of a toilet in a business of 100+ people. Maddest I know, but a full poo left on the floor. Which, by the way, could you imagine walking into a cubicle with shit on the floor? Fine. But it happened again, the job after the next job. Full on poo on the floor.
What?
5 people now worked at this company who were at the first. So it could only be one of 5 people, right? Then once more at the next job, one more poo on the floor.
No,
now
this person has like a weird obsession.
Now it was only me and this one girl who had been at all 3 companies, and I promise it wasn't me.
I mean,
so
this
someone
other girl
must have had a fetish where she would poo on the floor. Is that not the most repulsive thing? So back to now. Yeah. Now we have 2 businesses, we have an office of people, and we really pride ourselves on having an environment that nurtures and grows.
It's nice to be nice.
It's nice to be nice. Kindness. We're a team. And I feel like everyone really feels that.
Yeah.
And
what's the best piece of advice anyone gave you?
Well, it's a cliche, and you're probably going to be like, it's a cliche. But the best piece of advice, which actually stays true to even now, is always be kind on your way up, because you never know who you're going to meet on the way down.
Correct.
Because now in our life where we are, every single intern that we speak to that's head of press somewhere, that's heading up these PR companies, we were interns at the same time. And imagine if we would have been mean to them or they would have been mean to us. That's our whole relationships now. It's just the 360 of the universe.
100%. But just, ultimately, just be kind, because there's room for everyone. We always say this. And I remember interning, and, I'll get on to my kind of best piece of advice, but I remember interning and being one of 8. So there was no need to be mean to everyone, because you're all kind of part of the same crew.
Doing those, and to be honest with you, our interns don't do shit jobs.
No. But because we know how it feels to do that.
And also there's too much other stuff to be doing, but the mundane jobs that we had to do.
I remember, working at Harper's Bazaar as an intern, one of 9 in the cupboard, and then the stylist would say, right, guys, who can clear up the fashion cupboard, or who can color code the lookbook cupboard?
That was a good job.
No one would want to do it, and I didn't want to do. Well, part of me did, because I love
organising,
OCD kind of lifestyle. But I would be the only one that did it, and then therefore I was the only intern that was asked to go on a shoot. So do the jobs that kind of no one really wants to do, because it will pay back.
And also, it's giving yourself, and you are learning doing those things. And listen, we've all got stupid memories of doing.
I'm still a little bit traumatized by the poo chat, I'm not going to lie.
Sorry.
Anyway, moving on.
That's your best advice?
Yeah. Do the jobs that no one else wants to do.
And then you'll stand out from the crowds.
Yes, correct. Influenced influencers.
Tell me.
I forgot it.
I mean, you had one job.
I prepped. Went on Amazon.
Okay, visually.
I've been using it.
Visually
right, guys,
describe your influence. Wait, hang on a second. We need to tell people what influencers is.
Influenced influencers. Sarah, tell everyone.
Firstly, try saying that like 5 times in a row. It's really hard. Influenced influencers. Still can't say it. We are the most influenced influencers out. So we are served ads. We see other people doing things, and we're like, we need that. That looks really good. So basically, each week we buy things that we now can't live without in our lives, and we thought it'd be really fun to share with you each week the things that are changing our lives for the better. What's yours this week?
Well, mine was really good, and I bought it and I've used it and I left it at home.
You had one job.
I'm going to explain it to you guys. Right, so I saw it on Instagram last week.
Do you remember on who?
On Nadia Anya. Ordered it on Amazon straight away, used her link, did it. Okay, this is genius idea. Right, so it's like basically a
sweatband.
can't get the words out. It's basically a sweatband on your wrist made out of toweling.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, when you wash your face in the evening or the morning, whatever you do, and then the water drips down, especially if you're wearing like silky pajamas.
All the way to your armpit.
It's probably the most disturbing thing to happen
in
to
life.
you. So this catches the water.
And there's no leakage throughout.
There is no leakage. I mean, of course, like, unless you just like probably
Yeah.
put your whole wrist under the tap. But if you're just splashing your face, genius.
Change your life.
Absolutely.
So mine
And
is...
it was $1.99 or something.
Okay, my influencer is this.
Tortilla
Puff. I mean, the tortilla puff. I saw it on Sarah Ashcroft's Instagram. And basically, it's for setting powder under your eyes. Ordinarily, I'd use a brush. But for some reason, I've seen it a lot, uses this tortilla sponge.
I do feel like our grandmas use this kind of thing.
Yeah, but I feel like it's like the
More
new Gen Z.
Yeah, there we go.
And it just makes it really matte and flawless, which I need all the help I can get under there.
Also an Amazon purchase.
Amazon $1.99, baby.
There you go. Right, we need to talk about games. This part of the episode is where we do a silly TikTok challenge or a game.
And we have a laugh.
We have fun. And during our trial episodes,
There was too many good ones not to share with you.
Check out this, guys. Right, so guys, there is a new challenge on TikTok that I saw last week.
Telling them.
If you're not watching, you've got to listen with your ears, as you are. It's a podcast. I keep forgetting that part. Right, the TikTok challenge is: can one eat the crumbliest, flakiest?
It's called the crumbliest, flakiest milk
Is
chocolate.
it?
Do you know?
I did not know that. That's amazing.
I thought you just read that because I was reading it.
Oh my gosh.
There
Maybe
you go.
subconsciously I knew. Can you eat one without any crumbs falling onto the
white
plate?
Can we also just tell people it's actually 9:30 in the morning and we are having a flake for breakfast?
Right. So
Sorry,
I think
dentist, if you're listening.
The issue
watching.
is that Sarah has one up on me here.
Why?
You have got very big lips, which I feel will have an advantage of soaking up the crumbs. Right, let's go.
You've made me feel good about myself. But I think I'm at a disadvantage because mine feels flaky already.
Right, let's see.
Wait,
so I've seen a few methods.
We can't get the crumbs
I've already
on
got
the plate.
a crumb before.
You can't. We have to crumb off the plate
Okay.
first because otherwise we don't know if it's us crumbing or it's the plate crumbing.
Also, I have seen
Sorry,
a few.
James, for the podcast table that's now going to be covered in chocolate.
Also, just want to add, I have actually seen a few methods
Oh my
to
God,
this.
I haven't. You've done your research.
No, I done
Cheat.
a little bit
Cheat.
of
She said cheat. You
a
heard it
little
here
bit of
first.
research it helps, right? But
Oh, you don't research what we're going to talk about, but you research tactics for the game.
there's my priorities, right? So some people start with it going this way, which I think is going to help you because your lips will literally just hold the crumb. But then there's other people that like try and literally.
Alex would die watching
Oh my
you
God,
watch
Alex
this.
is literally gonna.
P.S. Can I just ask before we start? When was the last time you actually ate a flake? I think mine was about
On like
1992.
on a 99p ice cream.
yeah.
Right, let's
Are
go.
we doing it at the
What's
same
your
time?
method?
I don't know. I just was going to bite it.
I think
thought
I'm
you
going
want
to
to be nibbly.
Nibbly? If you nibble it, the crumbs are going everywhere.
1, 2.
Right, just make sure you got no. Make sure you got no crumbs. Ready?
Okay, one.
What's your method?
Also,
I know.
I've got my pinky finger. I've already got crumbs on my plate.
Go.
You go.
I feel actually it's better to watch you first because I
No,
want to
wait,
make
you
sure
go
you don't
first.
drop any. Okay.
We'll go doing it together. 1, 2.
For those of you that can't see this is almost impossible. Massively failed. We went for
I
the
mean,
very
I basically got half the flake on my plate.
we went for the very standard. Just
Bite.
we did not think about that. Right. I'm going for a different method.
What are you doing?
Do the least crumbs on the plate at the end.
Okay, that's
Okay.
it then. You're going
Right.
to deep throat. Okay.
I'm going up. You?
I'm going down like this.
Yeah. See? Her lips are so good. I told you. There we go. You won. Oh my
How
God,
do you feel
how
about
big
that?
is a flake?
How do you feel about me winning that?
I knew you were.
Okay, next time
I
we'll do
was
a
at a
jalapeno.
disadvantage.
We'll do a jalapeno pickle challenge, and you're going to be
I
winning.
will win that one. I was an absolute disadvantage. I don't have the pouch that you were gifted with.
Don't be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself.
I need to get some fillers, and then I can come back and do this challenge better.
Amen.
Guys,
it's a very tasty challenge. A very hard challenge. And
almost impossible. It's so good. Oh my God, how good is a flake?
I can't believe I've eaten a flake for
A
breakfast.
flake or a twirl?
I'm going to go twirl you.
Yeah, because of the smooth
And
outer
the
layer.
casing.
Yeah.
Like 12 bites. Actually,
Very
though,
good.
what would be, if you were going to eat a whole bag of something giant, like, you know, those chocolate bags, what would you go for?
I have to say, I'm really into the little Oreo bites.
Oh my God, they're so average.
No. Grace in our office has had the task of researching weird and wonderful TikTok games. That has been like her thing of this week. And she has come up with
It's called Sing or Slap.
Sing or Slap.
Now, this is the first time trying it. I did try and do it with Craig last night, and I couldn't even work out how to use the filter.
Great. So I'm hoping that it's going to work today.
So basically, you have to sing a song or you get slapped. Oh, here we go.
P to the rescue.
Ghost by Justin Bieber, not f***ing Clue. Hit me. No, I said with a cushion. Oh my God. I literally still can't believe you hit me around the face.
It was like an automatic reaction. You said, hit me.
with a cushion. Anyway, I'm going to get you back, so just be warned, FYI.
I'm scared.
Wrapping up our first episode.
So much fun. We love it in here. We hope you guys love watching us, listening to us, however you're doing it.
It's our weekly
therapy.
catch up, our weekly therapy, and we're just absolutely loving it. And it would mean the world to us for you guys to like, subscribe, share, comment, review.
All the above.
All of the above over on @WhatTheBrand, @WeAreTwinset. And we have an exclusive discount for you guys on What the Brand for our listeners. We will link it all below, which is super exciting. And yeah, keep watching, keep sharing. If you want to be on the show,
we're going to actually get ourselves a special phone so that you can DM us, you can voice note us, you can send us.
we want to know if you're using.
Just don't send us anything like too.
And we don't want any poo stories.
Yeah.
But please share anything we've talked about that's really kind of hit home. If you're using any of the stuff we've spoken about, it would be amazing to hear from you guys and for you guys to be a part of the show as well, which is super exciting. Guys, thank you so much for listening.
Wrapping up this episode, we will see you next week.
Bye.